Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of the inside of all 4 student journals that coincide with the subjects of Layers of Learning.
Hey, that's me and my family. I'm Molly Joy, and I'm here to share the things that bring us joy today.
Thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you all of the student journals or notebooks that you can purchase separately with the Layers of Learning curriculum. Each subject, history, science, geography, and art, all have their own notebooks that you can purchase for your students. These are not necessary. You don't have to have them in order to use Layers of Learning. In fact, I actually am not currently using them, partly because I had some similar things that we had already started before we started using Layers of Learning. But I thought I would give you a little flip through just so you can see what they're all about and decide for yourself if it's something that would be a good fit for your family. So the first subject is history, and the Book of Years, which is a book of centuries, a timeline notebook, whatever you'd like to call it, is unique in this curriculum, and I'll show you why. So what you actually do when you're setting up your notebook, and I will note I wouldn't recommend doing it in a 3-ring binder because this happens. You actually cut the pages on the lines, and so you have this bottom section and then your timeline section on the top. The timeline section on the top just has your typical dates and sectioned off years. And the bottom gives you room to do kind of like a history scrapbook. So you and your family or your child, you can do it either, each student can have their own notebook, or you can do this as a family project. But the sections down here match up with the Layers of Learning units. So ancient history is the first, of course, quarter. When you're doing the 4-year cycle, ancient history is the first year. And then first civilizations is the first unit. And then it also divides it into the subheadings of thinking like a historian, ingredients of civilization, early cities. And then it moves into unit 2, which is ancient Egypt. And you've got people, gods and goddesses, and so on. So you've got a page where you can do drawing, note-taking, whatever you'd like to remember different things that you learned. And then you can also flip through these so that they match up as you're looking for the timeline. Each unit comes with, in the printable pack, it comes with a page like this. So you have the timeline tags that you would actually cut out and glue onto the timeline section. And then they give you a few images that you can cut out and glue into this bottom section if you feel like you're not confident in coming up with ideas or drawing or whatever. You can use these for the bottom section. And I only printed out the first little bit for you to see how it works, but I hope that gives you an idea for the Book of Years. And then we have the science notebook for science. It starts with a how to use this book, and it basically just gives you some ideas of things that you can record with your science experiments or notes that you can take as you're going through the unit. It starts with a table of contents, so you would write the title of your entry and the page number, and there's a few pages of that. And then it goes into these graph pages, and it gives you a spot to date and initial, and it's like taking official notes as a scientist. So every time you do a project, you would make an entry in your science notebook. And that's basically what the whole science notebook is, but it also comes with a set of science notebook printables. And they are similar to what I would call like lap book elements, where you can cut and fold and glue and kind of show in a more hands-on way the information that you're trying to retain. So there are quite a few pages that come with that. And then for geography, we have the World Explorer Journal. There's a brief introduction and then the table of contents. And this shows exactly which pages you would use with each unit. There are also blank pages in here that you can fill in however you want, kind of like just notebooking and keeping track of what you're learning in that way. But there are specific pages for specific units. So here's an example in the People and Planet year and the Maps and Globes unit. There's a project in the Layers of Learning curriculum that will tell you to use this page in your World Explorer notebook. And all the pages are numbered, so you've got a few pages here. It looks like I maybe added some extras. And then here's Africa, and it gives you a map, and again there'll be a exploration in the curriculum that tells you what to do with this page. And some more blank pages, and another on Asia, and so on. So they have that throughout all 4 years that this notebook will work for. And then the last notebook, again, I didn't print out the whole entire thing. I just printed out the first several sections, just like the science and the history, to give you an idea of what was in it. Same with art. This is the art sketchbook. And again, the table of contents, it tells you which year you used which pages and which units that they fit into. And then you've got pages like this. Some of them are blank, and your curriculum will tell you how to use them. So that gives you an idea of the artist sketchbook. So I'll show you some examples within the curriculum where it will tell you to use these things. So in Ancient China, right here it talks about the Ancient China Book of Years exploration and exactly what you can do with that. And then with science, here is an exploration where you're doing a volcano, and it says that you need your science notebook. And basically at the end, it tells you to glue certain things into your science notebook and what to write down. And here's one in geography, and it's using a printable from the printable pack that comes with the curriculum, not with the journal. But it says to glue it in your World Explorer journal. So basically your journal becomes a place where you use some of your printables, but you can also use just a notebook as well with the printables if you don't have the journal. And then here's one in art, and it's talking about some art cards, and basically you cut them out from the printables that come with the curriculum and you add them to one of the pages of your art sketchbook. So I hope that gives you a better idea of what is inside of each of the student journals, and if it's something that you feel like your family would benefit from. All of the journals are on the website of Layers of Learning and do not come with the curriculum themselves. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.